What's up, f***ers? So I'm the type of guy who likes to have basically every piece of tech that I can carry in my bag. I mean, look at me. I look like one of those kind of guys. And basically, I'm going to show you guys how I do it and how never to ask for a cable again. Basically in this video, I'm going to assume that for your university, you don't actually need any like physical books, because my bag literally just consists of basically my MacBook, my iPad, and then we got my little tech bag here, which I'll go over later. And the only physical books that I actually have are these books right here. Basically just some like quick books I picked up. This is what I carry around whenever I like have some spare time that I can read. I don't read too much, as I assume most of you probably don't read that much either. Also, if you're curious about a certain section, or you're like, hey, I only care about this certain like spot, I basically put those time codes put down here on this little red line if you just click right here. And if you're curious about any of the sections or anything, you just click anywhere on there and it'll tell you basically what we're talking about and at which part. Let's go to our first section, which is get in the bag. So basically, I have this Herschel backpack right here, and I've had this for 4 years. It kind of looks like I've had it for 4 years. No, it definitely looks like I had it for 4 years, but I actually really like this bag because of how long it's lasted. I've never actually had a JanSport, but from what I know from my friends, it doesn't last that long. And I don't really have anything inside this bag. It does have a really nice laptop sleeve, which I can basically put my laptop in. I bought it for about 90 bucks, and you can get them like in physical stores, so Macy's has them, but their online store is gonna be the best bet because look at all these designs they got. They got a ton. I also appreciate that that laptop sleeve is put pretty close to your back. So basically when I'm carrying this, the laptop sleeve is going to be like right here, so that way it won't hit anything. Even if I hit things with like this side of the bag, or if I drop it like straight on this back, I'm not gonna hit anything actually. So that's really nice at keeping your laptop safe. All right, next up we have basically the star of the video, which is this little mini bag from Amazon. Now I got it from some company called Pack All for about 20 bucks, and 20 bucks was well worth it because this thing literally holds all of my tech. I mean, look how small it is. It's really, really nice. And what's really cool about this bag is it has a bunch of dividers built into it and a bunch of different things and slots for like where you would put your wires and stuff, but I'll show you later in this video when we go through my next section, which is the plugs. Everyone's always asking me, who's your plug, where you get your from? And my plugs are all held in this bag. In this bag, I have 2 plugs, and these are pretty helpful. They're both USB-C, and one's just basically a smaller version of the other. They're both made by Apple. And what's cool about these plugs is this first one I got is a 75-watt charger. And so this will charge my laptop. It'll even charge my phone, fast charge it. And I can charge my phone from 0 to 60 in probably like 15 minutes with this thing. So if I ever really need like quick battery, or like if I'm in a situation where I need fast battery, this thing definitely comes in handy. And then I got this 20-watt charger, which is also a fast charger, but a lot less fast charging. So this will charge things like my laptop at really, really slow rate, but it does charge my phone pretty quick. So 0 to 60 in probably, I'm gonna say an hour. It'll probably do 0 to 60. It might even be faster than that. And yeah, that's pretty much it for my plugs. These are really, really well made. So I do like going to Apple, but I have some other ones like by Anchor and stuff like that, which I used to carry around in this bag, but they're not as reliable and they don't have as much power. So I do like Apple's sturdiness when it comes to their chargers. There are certain things that I think is better to go with other companies, as I'll talk about later in the video. But yeah, as far as the chargers, I wouldn't skimp out on the power, because I see a lot of times on Amazon they lie about how much wattage it is and stuff like that, and like you buy it and there's not really a way for most of us to test the power wattage of the actual plug, so it's like you're kind of screwed there. Yeah, so that's pretty much it for this section. Now we're gonna go into the wires. This one I couldn't really come up with anything. I was gonna be like, oh, am I wiring a wire? But nah, that's not even that funny. So we're gonna talk about the different wires I got. So I have a Lightning to USB-C wire, which is actually super helpful because I'm able to plug my phone into any of these USB-C power devices, as well plug it into my laptop if I ever need to, downloading a lot of MP3 music onto iTunes and stuff like that. So if I ever need to do that on the go, it's super nice just to have it in there. I also do like, sometimes I'll like reset people's phones and stuff like that. It's just nice to know where this cable is, because I used to not have an organization system and I'd be like, where's that? Where's the cable? Where's the cable? So this is nice just to have, even like to store things. Next, I got this aux cable. It's actually super nice because if I ever need a wired connection to these headphones, yeah, I just plug it in right there. and I get that wired connection basically to my phone or my laptop. But it's actually super helpful just to plug into my laptop when I'm on the go if I need to edit or if I need to get something that I feel like Bluetooth wouldn't be helpful for. Aux is super nice just to plug into these. And if you're curious, like, hey Tommy, what are those headphones? Well, I'll actually let you know that these are the Sony XM5s, and I made like 7 videos off of them because there's so much money. Might as well get a return on my investment for these. So check that iCard, check it out if you want to. I'm not saying anything. And with the wired connection, these are legit the best headphone experience I've ever gotten. Granted, I've never spent the amount of money I've spent on these headphones, which if you're curious, it was $350. And next we're gonna talk about my USB-C to USB-C cables because I got so many. So we're gonna start out with like my little baby cable here. And out of the 3 of them, this is actually the most powerful. So this is a Thunderbolt 4 cable. And this has like crazy transfer speeds, like so fast that I can actually use my hard drives with them, which is the main purpose of it. And I like that it's that short size because I don't want my hard drives dangling around or like sitting far away from my laptop. I'd rather have them just like really like closely connected to my laptop. So this one, these go really expensive on Apple, and if you're curious how expensive, $150 for one of their Thunderbolt cables, so not really worth it. I do have a longer version from Anchor, which is only like 40-50 bucks, and that one does basically the same thing if I ever did need a longer one. But yeah, I would suggest getting a short one if you can. A lot of the times these come with things like hard drives and stuff, which I'll talk about later in the video again for my next section. But yeah, so that's my small one. We got my medium-sized one. This one's just like for my headphones because these charge USB-C. There's a lot of just devices around. Even my like microphone that I'm using right now charges USB-C as well. So there's just a lot of devices that it would be nice just to have that cable around. So that's why I keep that one. And I don't want to use the next one, which is the big boy, the long one. I don't like using this one for devices that are in close range and stuff like that. So it's nicer just to have that medium cable, but this one's mainly for my laptop and any other devices that I need it far away. And lastly, we're gonna talk about storage. So I have 3 storage devices right here, adding up to probably about 1.5 terabytes worth of storage. Now, I do not need all this storage. The reason why I got this was because I was not using that Thunderbolt cable, and so 2 of these hard drives were not showing up on my laptop. Turns out that it needed just a faster cable to even read that the devices were right there. So now I ended up with 3. But low-key, the investment was kind of worth it. So I don't need all 3 of these. I don't need to travel with them. But I'm very unorganized, and I have a Notion video coming soon on how I'm getting my organization system together. I'm trying to get more organized. But for the main part, I'm using this middle one right here, this SanDisk. Just because of the size, it's so small, and it's really easy to carry around. And if you're curious about these hard drives, let me know in the comments because I have a video in the works about these hard drives, but I'll release it a little faster if you guys would like it. And that's pretty much it for me. If you enjoyed this little tech bag thing, then yeah, just let me know in the comments. And if not, let me know in the comments. Yeah, and feel free to drop subscribe if you want to. Yeah, and that's pretty much it for me. All right, see ya.